I'm one of those people who believes I don't see the value of impeaching Gachagua if you're leaving Ruto. I believe they both kufa dereva, kufa makanga. They both need to go together.
The next time that this happens, if it does happen next time, because you see, this could also be a two-prong, where it's basically, okay, let's go, let this thing happen, tuende, we disrupt, then now we can come up and say, you know what, this public participation is not publicly participating. Meaning, we will do it vile sisi tunataka. And we go in, we put in an amendment, and we say public participation, onge, hakuna, otide, gone,
wow.
Zero. And so we will never do it again, because the last time when we gave you guys an opportunity, you guys squandered it.
No, but then anyway, so the other thing, I did know that today there was public participation that was going to be happening, and I'm usually an early riser when I go to the gym. So one of my thoughts last night was like, when I'll be working out, I'll be listening into the public participation that was going to be aired on Citizen TV and just follow it and hear what it is, because I'm one of those people who believes I don't see the value of impeaching Gachagua if you're leaving Ruto. I believe they both kufa dereva, kufa makanga. They both need to go together. Gachagua is not. Gachagua leaving will not improve anything. Will not stop Adani. Will not stop bills that are affecting people. Will not stop anything. In fact, Gachagua leaving makes the country worse. What it does is that it now solidifies that marriage between ODM and Kenya Kwanza, and just give them that so much strong majority in parliament, and they control both houses and they can do whatever they want with impunity. Now, as I was watching, the first thing I saw was Morara being grabbed, and I was like, why are they grabbing this guy? And he was being grabbed, and then he was being roughed up. Then I was like, wait, I know that guy. The guy who picked up there was a lady who picked up a chair the first time and it didn't go. Then the second guy who threw the chair, I was like, I know this guy. I've seen him in so many goon situations before. And guess what? I had the voice of the handler, who's TJ Kajwang, and I was like, why are TJ Kajwang's people chasing Morara away? And then I came to realize it's the whole politics thing. The thing is, I don't know what they expected from Bomas. I don't know what they expected from this public participation. I don't know if they expected that the mood of the country is going to be us impeach Gachagua, we don't like Gachagua. But they were surprised that the mood of the country was more of like, we want both of you gone, we don't want anybody. And they just felt that, and I figured that they just felt that Morara was going to arouse that mood and turn Bomas into a hostile environment for them. And at that particular point, police cannot mishandle him. They can't use police. Who the guys don't want to look like it's the government that is doing it. So who will be the next best person to do hooliganism at that point? It has to be the people who entered this marriage recently, and one of you will have to decide to be the sacrifice and bring the goods. And I guess who was it? It was TV's Kajong guys who were doing it. And then later on, when I went back, I saw, I went to X and started looking up. I saw that even Morara, just Morara, accessing Bomas was a problem. They were not letting him get to Bomas. They were not letting him into the public participation. There are guys who came in and actually forcefully brought him in because he is a leader. He has a political party. He has every right to be involved in public participation. So it's like it was hell-bent that there were some names that were not supposed to be there. I think if guys like Boni went, Hanifa, Borara, I think the guys who were just told not to go there. Now, what hurt me the most was that you could have denied him a chance to speak. But risking his life, for what? for a few pennies that you've been given just because you want to push you've been told by somebody because that person wants to push a political agenda. This goes back to the careless regard that they have on life in Kenya. It just shows you that the people who died during the Gen Z demonstration, the government doesn't really care about, doesn't give a fuck, and they're going to kill more people. I'm sorry I used that word over there, Pauline. But it's a really sad state of where we are in the country. You go and hide your heads in the sand, make decisions, bring them out in public, they backfire. You think violence is the only way that is going to sort out this solution. And I'm really glad that the mood of the country today was spoken. And Ali, you asked something. You asked something, is this still the Gen Z protests? I think it's a Gen Z protest, but in Gen Z in a term that it's not just going to be Gen Z, the young Gen Z. It's going to be Gen Z in terms of generation sorting. Everybody's tired. Everybody's tired, and everybody's really tired of the politicking that is happening while they're trying to sneak in things. The country is being sold to the highest bidder, but they're busy politicking, trying to solidify their positions so they can continue looting the country as fast as much as they can. So, to me, they cannot turn around and say that these were just random people who are at Bomas who didn't want Morada there. When Morada came in, he got a very, he was welcomed with a lot of applause. People were happy to see him. They even created a space for him to sit. So for them to bundle him up and start throwing things at him and hurting him, even if you don't agree with what he says, I don't see a reason on why you would take a chair and throw it, especially that woman who took that chair the first time and threw it for. You're a mother. How would you feel if it was your child who was being beaten by a chair like that?
Maybe Omosh, as you're getting started, as you're warming up today, from your own opinion and your own position, do you think that this attack was spontaneous, isolated, random, or is it part of a broader intimidation tactic? DJ Omosh Fai.
Anyway, Ali, you ask a very interesting question, because politics in Kenya is politics. So everything that happens or everything that is done that is politically motivated has an end goal that is normally very, how would I say it, anti-mwananchi, for lack of a better word, at least lately. And when I say lately, this has been at least, I think we can say safely maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
That we have been tricked, moved left, moved right, thrown under a bus, run over by a tire, I don't know, thrown off a cliff, somebody brings you back and serves you for tea. Basically, every single time when there's something that happens, it's like this happens to remove you from this other thing so that it distracts you from this other one. But at the end of the day, kuna mtu anakupea service ya rasa bila Vaseline.
Wow. Okay.
Period. Now, with what happened at Bomas, there may have been things in there that happened sporadically. However, with the history of what we know, the history of what we have, and how things have always transpired, these things are always planned, because folks just going adharani, behaving funnily, behaving in a certain manner. How come those particular people were not
apprehended? Yeah.
And
they were not stopped.
The last time when people at Bomas and misbehaved, those chaps were curtailed within 6.8 seconds, and these are people who are serving legislators.
Absolutely.
How long did that thing didn't last? Remember?
Yeah, the last one.
The last one when chairs were thrown that we saw.
Yeah.
Which was elections. Sindio? Before things are being announced.
Yeah.
So again, we all know that the security apparatus and Kenya's security apparatus is actually up there in the world.
Top notch.
It's up there in the world. So there's nothing that happens that these guys don't know about, or they're not the ones pushing.
Wow.
So if you look at the evidence and the things that we have in front of us, you have to start thinking foul play. Now, if you wear the hat on the other side and you say, okay, maybe mini mtu wa Kibra ama mini msee wa TJ, mini msee wa nini, maybe inaweza sema tucheze tu chini, let's wait and see how things are going. But I think really we're past that. Those days are gone.
Those days are gone.
We need answers now. We need information now. And then the question then becomes, the next time that this happens, if it does happen next time, because you see this could also be a two-prong, where it's basically, okay, let's go, let this thing happen, tuende, we disrupt, then now we can come up and say, you know what, this public participation is not publicly participating. Meaning, we will do it vile sisi tunataka. And we go in, we put in an amendment, and we say public participation, onge, hakuna, otire, gone,
Wow.
zero. And so we will never do it again, because the last time when we gave you guys an opportunity, you guys squandered it.
No, but then